Okay, our problem is we've got a California house in the Bay Area that has a backyard of minimal slope and drainage. The house has got a family room built on a slab, and so it's not much above grade. This represents the soil here, and just say the grade here. Relatively small sidewalk with some slope to it, and but a yard that could accumulate quite a bit of water. There was an existing drainage system put in. I'll show on another slide, but just to show here what we're dealing with, there was so much water coming down at once that the rainwater accumulation approached breaching this area here and getting into the family room. So we decided we need to do something about that. So we're looking at options. And what we looked at was a French drain. Okay, let's talk about a French drain. This is information from Wikipedia. A French drain, also called a bunch of other names, including trench drain, filter drain, etc. But basically it's a trench filled with gravel or rock, or both, with or without a perforated pipe that redirects surface water and groundwater away from an area. French drains are primarily used to prevent ground and surface water from penetrating or damaging building foundations, and as an alternative to open ditches or storm sewers for streets and highways. This is an image I created here, and this is just showing a lawn and soil and grass. Same thing over here, a trench dug, filled with gravel up to, it's supposed to be roughly the level of the ground, and a perforated drain pipe in here that provides a passageway for water. Now, water is going to flow through the gravel here, but this assures you've got an open, free and clear channel for it to go. So this is a French drain, and that's the solution we decided to go with. Okay, this is how we improved our drainage and water removal. We did install a French drain, as shown below. Now, what we ended up with is roughly 14 by 14 inch trench. It's not exactly that, but that's probably on average. Filled it to the brim with pea gravel, but down here near the bottom, we've got 3-inch perforated corrugated drain pipe. And of course, any water that runs into this is going to flow through the pea gravel, but it also, this pipe assures that you got a clear path there. So this is roughly what we did. This white here is showing how we added some landscaping cloth up near the top and on the sides to try to protect it from any soil particles getting in there. And now we've left it open, just pea gravel on top. That could change in the future, but that's the way it is right now. So that's basically what we did. And we'll look at the overall layout from a view from above in the next slide here. Okay, let me show you our view from above of what we're working with. This is the house area here. This is the driveway, and that's the street over this way. Now, this area back here is the backyard. The existing drainage system that was already in place is outlined in blue. And so what we had was a 50-gallon in-ground perforated rainwater drainage catch basin here, and there's also one down here. And they were connected with 3-inch diameter, just white drain pipes over to 9-inch catch basin here. This one down here is similar, but there was a catch basin here and also one here. Now these catch basins were about 25 feet apart. And as we showed earlier, the problem is water overwhelming this whole system from the atmospheric river and flowing up and approaching this family room here on the slab. So this shows what we did with the French drain. This outer red dashed line is the outline of the trench, and this inner dotted line here is the outline of the 3-inch corrugated perforated drain pipe. Now this whole trench was filled to the top with pea gravel. Just cheap stuff we bought at Home Depot. It was available and wasn't too expensive. And now this catch basin here, we had to drill some new holes in it. We attached it via some of the additional 3-inch corrugated pipe over to a 24-inch tall by 18-inch diameter sump pump basin. And we left the top about ground level. And we put a half horsepower sump pump in there. I believe it was Everbuilt, I believe, from Home Depot. Now the sump pump is actually backed up by 2 Tesla power walls on the home, so it could run for a long time if there's a power outage. Now the discharge out of that sump pump is there's a check valve in there, but it goes to a 1.5-inch ABS discharge pipe. It was just arbitrary to use ABS. Makes a turn here, then discharges onto the lower end of the driveway so it can flow into the street towards the storm drain. So I believe that shows basically what we were working with, and we'll show you some video of the actual work. Here we are trying to finish up Brian and Sylvia's French drain. Yep, some more leveling and gravel to put in. Go down this way. We got to connect this to that sump basin, put a sump pump in it, put a discharge out to the street.
So this is slightly sloped. Is that why it's doing that?
Testing Brian's French drain and sump system. Took 6 minutes for it to start flowing out that pipe there. You can hear it going into that. See how long it takes for the float switch to work and pump out down there. This is our French drain we just put in. You see how easily the tap is wide open, just goes right in. I'll put it somewhere else on the dirt or whatever. If it doesn't soak in, it will run into that gravel and then go down to the drain. It's the importance of having some kind of aggregate that will allow the water to soak in. Works good. We've got it connected all the way down here to our sump. That's another catch basin going into the sump pump. It works. Julian's covering the discharge pipe. Now this is the present atmospheric river in March. You can see all the water accumulating on the soil, but it can't get past that French drain. It's working great. This is kind of more towards the sump pump end of it. And so it's working great. No problems. Doesn't seem to be anyway. That's looking out towards the driveway. This is a still shot showing the discharge on the driveway. So moving a lot of water. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like the video, subscribe, and check out our other videos. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks very much.